Good morning, 4:37. Time for farm news this morning. USDA has withdrawn its proposed GMO regulation rule. The agency's Animal Plant Health Inspection Service withdrawing the 2008 proposed rule that would have amended the regulations for the importation, interstate movement, and environmental release of genetically engineered organisms. APHIS says they received over 88,000 comments on the proposed rule. USDA says a series of webinars to plot a future for GMO regulation will be announced in the coming month. 95 Americans from all areas of the U.S. ag sector arrived in Cuba Sunday for 2 days of exploring business opportunities. Cuban state is still banned from selling products to the U.S., even under the new relaxed regulations, following President Obama's December announcement of a shift in U.S. policy toward Cuba.
A very important point is we're working for two-way trade. This isn't just about sending U.S. agricultural commodities to Cuba. This is about helping to advance on Cubans' interest in trading with the United States as well. Thank
you. 50% of all rice produced in the United States is exported. Exports markets are very, very important to us. Cuba, being only 90 miles away from Florida, is a natural market, a huge rice consuming per capita here in Cuba. So we're very supportive. Our farmers are supportive, and certainly our politicians in Arkansas are very supportive of this.
The U.S. Agriculture Coalition for Cuba is a national coalition formed between May and June this past year. According to Bonner, its membership has doubled since the December 17th announcement that the U.S. and Cuba would be reestablishing diplomatic relations and reopening embassies. Now, before Fidel Castro's revolution in 1959, Cuba was the U.S. #1 export market. Farmers I talked to at Commodity Classic last week were a little closer to a decision on their crop rotation this spring, but still undecided on what input costs to get rid of.
Well, last fall we did put some fertilizer down and stuff, so we are going to grow corn. It's not going to do all beans and like that, but I think in Richland County and as a general, I don't see a big shakeup, but I do think when you get farther west and north and in North Dakota that people are going to back off the corn and they're going to back off at some of the small grains, maybe possibly the fertilizer input costs. I've been talking to guys across the state, and it sounds like acres are up on all their farms, so and it's going to be up a little bit on mine too.
They're looking for a knockland that will basically give them an edge on what they can get out of the ground better. They're trying to cut back on fertilizer and trying to put different inputs in because fertilizer is expensive this year. It hasn't went down at all. So they're trying to do different aspects of that. So what I'm trying to tell them is, your nutrients are your top key. NPK is very positive too, but you have to have a good nutrient to get your crops going and take them beyond to the next level.
Goslow is the chair of the North Dakota Soybean Council, Juneau Farms near Red Lake Falls, Minnesota. A moratorium in Houston County, Minnesota will expire this month, and that may put a lot of pressure on commissioners to decide the future of frac sand mining. County commissioners are expected to vote on whether to restrict or ban frac sand mining altogether. Reporter Brittany Schmidt caught up with people on both sides of the debate and shows us how those for and against frac sand mining are staying true to their cause.
I make my living off the farm.
Eric Johnson has been a farmer in Houston County all his life.
Wintertime, I just have my daily chores with my cattle.
As a landowner and farmer, Eric says his land is his livelihood.
Most landowners around here know that if you only get out of your land what you put into it.
And he believes property owner rights should be protected, which is why he doesn't want a ban on frac sand mining.
I'm not saying we can't be regulated, but I'm against, taking away somebody's income if they would want to sell sand off their property.
Those who are opposed to frac sand mining decided to get together.
So may I welcome you on behalf of the Houston County Protectors
to explain once more why they believe frac sand mining would be detrimental to the county.
We've got lots of folks trying to clean up our Root River Basin, and the frac sand mining will destroy whatever they're attempting to do.
I don't want to have air pollution, water pollution, I want to see our county stay the way it is.
Because it would be the first county in Minnesota to ban frac sand mining, one concern among some of the commissioners is whether or not a ban would be legal. However, supporters of a ban talked to an attorney from the La Crescent area who says it would hold up in court.
The county commissioners have every legal authority to enact a prohibition and ban of frac sand mining. Their insurance policy will stand behind them for doing what they've been elected to do and are legally authorized to do.
Now, the final vote should take place sometime this week. 4 of 5 of the county commissioners, though, do need to approve the proposed ordinance for it to take effect. Time for Stewardship Wednesday, the latest in animal care. Now, temperatures, again, this morning below zero. Tomorrow morning, even colder with cold wind chills. What do you do if you are a newborn calf? Not much on your own. That's why it's important for cattle producers to get their calves out of the wind and cold.
You know, adult animals are much more flexible, if you will. They can adapt to temperature changes pretty rapidly. They have that nice, big functioning, what I call pot-bellied stove inside of them, that rumen. But what happens at this time of the year is if we've got young calves dropping, it doesn't take long for them to become what we call hypothermic, which means they're cold. If they're unprotected, you know, an hour is going to be too long for them. There does have to be something done, and because those newborn calves don't have that pot-bellied stove. They have to get up and nurse very rapidly and get that colostrum from their mother, and that helps a great deal. If they don't do that, it's probably half an hour. So it actually can impact the absorption of the antibodies, the immunity that it gets from the mother through the colostrum. So it's not just a short-term issue, it can be long-term as well, because if they don't get that immunity from the mother, it can impact their health when they're young, and it can even impact their health and productivity later on in life. So this is an important issue.
And again, another very cold morning coming tomorrow, so take care of the newborns out there. That's our Stewardship Wednesday, and that's our farm news this morning. 4:44, taking a break, coming back, checking the weather right after the break.